Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Lightseer's Tarot by Chris Ann, Supportive Oracle Cards, Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Oh, illustrated by Jesse Reisch. Reisch is spelled R-E-I-S-C-H for this one. Okay, let's get your tarot cards out here. Okay. Okay, so starting off, it just seems like Leo usually has that energy. If you have something to say, there it goes. Like, it just seems to me, let me know in the comments, but it's like if you have something to say, it's out there. It just seems to be that's the natural Leo energy. You got something to say, you say it. That's just what it is. Right, left, or indifferent, you just say what you need to say. You've got the authenticity with the wisdom. What I'm worried about with this is kind of like, because I've known a few who do this, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. Sometimes you're having a conversation, or you're just saying what you think, but you're working it out. You're working through the steps. You're talking it through. And people take it as if you're saying, well, this is how that is, and that is how that is. And that may not be at all what you're doing. You're talking it out. You're working it out. Somebody's taking you the wrong way. I feel like that's basically what I'm getting here. Because I got wisdom getting blocked by authenticity. Like, somebody doesn't understand how to actually take you. Like, sometimes literally you'll be talking about it, and you're thinking it through. You're working through, like, you need more information. You're trying to work through what you think, or like what you've seen before, how you really feel about it, and you're just kind of like letting it fly and just speaking how you're feeling about it in that moment. I just feel like somebody else is not getting it. I just feel like they don't understand that you're working through the situation. I'm getting like this smoke screen, like they're just not getting it. It's kind of like you're saying, I don't like vegetables. It may not be exactly what you're thinking, but it's kind of like you're seeing, like, maybe you don't like these vegetables in front of you. Maybe you don't prefer vegetables as your number one thing, but you're like, well, I do like, maybe you like peppers, maybe you like onions, maybe you don't. But there's certain things maybe you do like, but overall you would be like, I'm a vegetable fan. There are some vegetables you like, but you might just come off saying, I don't like vegetables. But it makes sense in the moment of what you're talking about. I don't know if I can explain that well. And they're not getting that. They're thinking you say you don't like vegetables, you don't like any vegetables, no vegetables, no matter what they are. Which just basically you're dealing with a situation, you're like looking at a dish in front of you where maybe it's like radishes and carrots, and you're just like, I don't like vegetables. Basically, you don't like that dish. It may come off you don't like vegetables, but you don't like this dish. And maybe you don't like most vegetables, but there are some you like. I mean, they're not getting that. They're just not getting it. It's the way it's coming off. It's just not, they're not understanding that you're working through something. You're explaining, like, radishes and carrots are definitely not in your list. Vegetables you want. It's just the way it's coming off. Like, I don't like vegetables. I keep feeling that. Like, that's how it's coming off. It's kind of like you're just saying it quickly, like, I don't like vegetables. Kind of like, I don't want that. That's basically what you're saying, I don't want that. They're thinking you don't like vegetables in any shape, color, form, whatever, which is not exactly right. They've got organization on their side with the Queen of Pentacles. That's the Queen in it. Yep. Queen of Pentacles is a good card, but what I'm worried about is, like, somebody hears you saying something, they hear the way you're saying it, they're taking it as fact. Again, we're going with the vegetable analogy again. You don't like those vegetables. And the way it came off quickly, like, you weren't like, you don't sit there and, like, balance every word you say. You're just like, this is what I'm feeling, that's what I'm saying. That's what comes out. You're not like, you're not going to give like this whole dissertation, like, I don't like this vegetable and that vegetable. I do like these vegetables, but not those vegetables. And sometimes with this, with that, but not with that, with that. You're not going through the whole thing about it. You're like, why would I do that? Why would I go through that? It's so nauseating. You're saying something, though, and they're taking it to heart, and they're taking it as fact. They're not understanding how to really take you. Now, what bothers me about this is that I feel like it could kind of limit your situation. For some reason, it feels like it's limiting your situation. Because I feel like they just take you and like, you don't like vegetables, then they won't give you vegetables. And that's all, that's what they do. That's just how they handle it. You got the high priestess with the lover's card on your side, kind of like, all right, we're getting along. I said I don't like that. They're not going to deal with it. They're not going to try to push it on me. That's cool. This is just not working. Because I feel like, again, maybe you don't like most vegetables, but there are a few that you're okay with. Oh, this bothers me. Because I feel like at first it seems fine. Like, okay, that's fine. If that's how they handle it, that's cool. They listen to me. I prefer them not to handle. If I want vegetables, I'll get them for myself. I don't need them to give me vegetables. I just feel like this is a problem. Because this starts to take root. Whatever this misunderstanding is, I think you understand that it's a misunderstanding, but you're like, it's fine. I just feel like you're comfortable with it. You know that they don't understand you, though. But you're comfortable with it. I don't know. It's kind of like why I don't want to get into the whole semantics about it. I don't want to start picking it apart. I don't want to be like, I like these vegetables with that, but not the same vegetables with this. It's kind of like I like them with ranch dressing and a salad. I don't like them cooked. I don't like them with other dressings. Or it's like, I like eggplant, but only when it's like this, not when it's any other way. Or radishes and carrots are never on my list. I've never found a way I like them yet. Although I have had carrots with this and it was okay. I wouldn't gravitate towards it, but it was okay. You don't want to go through all the details, and you're just like, why bother? Because you know that they misunderstand you, is what I'm getting. But you're kind of like, it's not worth talking about. It's not worth addressing. It's not going to be a big deal. But it's taking root in something, I'm telling you. It's taking root here, and I do feel like this is something this other person's going to go, and they're going to make decisions based on this misinformation. It's kind of like they're taking this information and they're like, okay, I understand. And on the outside, they're like, okay, great, I understand where you stand. I understand where you fit and where you don't. And they're also going to have things that they're not going to include you in because of this. This is the Five of Cups here. They're kind of like, oh, I'd like the Leo a part of this, but the Leo doesn't like vegetables, and we're going to be gardening later. We're just going to be, growing vegetables, but why would they want to have anything to do with that? If they don't like vegetables anyway, why have them a part of the gardening situation? So I'm just going to take that I am very happy that I know what they like and what they don't, and I'd like them to be a part of this, but I'm not going to include them in this because I think that they don't want to be a part of this. I don't like this. This really bothers me because they're making up their mind. They got another Earth card. The Hierophant is actually the Earth card for Taurus. Taurus is Earth too. But it's just basically saying more Earth, more just kind of like this is what they think, that's what they're sticking with, and that's where they're going to leave this. And they're making big changes. They're kind of like, all right, anything involved with vegetables, we do not include the Leo. Anything in that category, no Leo involvement. Don't even tell them it's happening. Don't let them know it's happening. They don't want anything to do with it anyway. Just stay away from them when it has anything to do with vegetables. It's going to that extreme. And I don't think that's really what you want. But I don't see you realizing that that's where this is going. For a lot of you, I think it's better if we equate this to a business situation, because I feel like there's something with a business situation where you're saying you don't want to be a part of something, but they're making it like this whole, like it's almost like I don't want to do anything with math, and they're making anything that has anything with math connected to it, they're just keeping you out of, as if you're not good at it or something. And it's not that you're not good at it, it's not your favorite thing to do. But they're omitting anything, any opportunities that come to you or could come to you, they're just blocking that. Like, oh no, Leo doesn't want anything with math. Just keep everything with math out. And this is not what you really want. This is not what you really want. That's why I'm getting, like, instead of just letting this be, because once that root is planted, that's more Earth on your side, the Ace of Pentacles. Once this is planted, it doesn't seem like you can take it away. It takes too much to undo it. I mean, maybe you could, but it's going to take a lot of effort, and it's just like it's like a sumac tree. The more you beat it down, the more it grows up in other places. Like, it's just, you could try to cut it down right to the ground and rip out the root, but it already had other roots other places, and it's popping up everywhere else. You thought you got rid of it, but it's still there. It's like this enigma that just keeps following you. The Six of Swords with the Divine Guidance, even if you catch on to this at this point in the game, and you're already realizing that's already happening, don't just let it sail by. Talk about it. Bring it forward. Kind of like, you know what, I said that before, and yeah, it was more about those vegetables. It was about the carrots and radishes. And most vegetables I don't care for. But sometimes I do realize, this is your energy coming forward. It's almost like you're saying, I realize that, sometimes I do need vegetables. And sometimes I do search out certain vegetables. I don't like most vegetables, that is true. But in certain situations, it's healthy for me to have them, and I will have them on my terms. Don't omit all vegetables from me. If you're going to make a garden, I might want something to deal with that. I like gardening. I like growing things. And certain things I would probably use for myself. And you know what? Maybe I like peppers. Maybe you like peppers. I would be into growing peppers because I'll eat those. Don't omit all of these possibilities. And I think you might also want to bring forward, don't make decisions for me. That's definitely not something Leo is a fan of. I have never seen a Leo that likes other people making decisions for them. I have not seen that. So if I'm wrong with that, let me know, because I have not seen that. So you might want to push that forward quite effectively, that, you do not need somebody else omitting possibilities for you. You will decide for yourself. If there's vegetable possibilities, let them come forward to you, and you will decide if you want them or not, because sometimes you do want those vegetable possibilities or those math possibilities. You want to make a big impression with that. Do not decide for me. Do not. That's the Leo energy I feel coming through very strong. I do not want you making decisions for me. You let those possibilities come forward in front of me. If I don't want them, I will immediately tell you I am not interested. But do not omit them for me. That would not be cool. There's no way you're going to be okay with that. Somebody else deciding, oh, you wouldn't want that anyway, so we're not even going to put that in front of you. You don't want that. No. You want... That may be true that you don't want most of those possibilities, but you need to be the one saying, yeah, I don't want that. Thank you. Not somebody else saying, oh, they're not going to want that. Don't even put it in front of them. This you got the either or. I wasn't expecting this. Okay. So, if you don't say something, which you guys are strong, I don't know. For whatever reason, if you decide you're not going to say something, so I'm not going to judge it, but for some reason, if you're just not going to deal with it, for whatever reason, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be very unhappy because a lot of good opportunities are just never going to come in front of you, and you're going to miss out on a lot of good things that you would want. If you do address it, you do stabilize the situation. It may ruffle this person's feathers. I wonder if that's why. I don't know. You're not afraid of a fight, but I feel like it's kind of one of those things where it's certain people, and when you're like, well, if I stand up to certain people, they never forget it, so I got to be careful about how I deal with things. If you deal with this, if you go forward and stabilize it, you literally will make this a lot better for you and for the other person. I also feel like whatever this other person is, they need to know how you really feel. The truth has to be out there. You have to stabilize this for you. I'm also noticing once they make their final decision, they just never seem to return. So I don't really know how connected you are with them after this, but you need to make sure you make it very important or very prominent about how you feel about the situation. I don't know if there's anything else to say about that other than we got the resolution coming in. It'll definitely make it better if you do say something. For some reason, I feel some of you just kind of I don't know if I really want to. No matter what way this works out, it's going to take a life of its own. It's just kind of you need all those opportunities in front of you. You need to be the one in control of your possibilities, your opportunities. This is not for somebody else to regulate for you. And I really feel like if you don't say something at this point, that's going to happen without you knowing. And that is not right. That's the thing. You're not even going to realize it's happening because it's going to go on its own little way. It's going to have a life of its own. If you do say something, I do feel like all the opportunities that you do want will come forward to you. There will be some discord between you and whoever this person is. There will be discord. I think that's going to happen anyway going down the line, is what they're giving me. You're not going to get around it. This is going to be one of those people where you and this person are nice to each other's faces, but don't really get along behind the scenes. This isn't going to be somebody you're going to want to work with or deal with, but you deal with like you have a good rapport. Like, I get the glamour with the trust. Like, you seem to be on point with each other. You do the right thing for each other, but you don't seem to really get along with each other. It's weird. I don't know how to explain that. It's like, it's like working well with somebody, getting the job done, but once the job is over, just kind of like running from each other. Like, all right, we're done. We're done. I've had enough of that person. Like, you've had enough of them. They've had enough of you, and you just kind of you have to go our different ways for a while and just relax. But when you're working together, you do a good job, and you hold up to the niceties. You both hold back what you're thinking a lot of times and get the job done well. But then when it's over, like, okay, I need a break. I need to get away from them. It's gonna go there anyway. And it's better also if you have all these opportunities coming forward to you and you see these things, you might have opportunities to like distance yourself from this person more often, and it may make a big difference. And making that a lot easier for you and for them. It just seems to be going there anyway. They're saying it's going to be a rough connection with this person at some point anyway. You might as well have it at least on your terms. You're trying to get along with this person. I think that's the big heavy weight I'm feeling on this, especially with the Ace of Pentacles, and there's a lot of earth energy here. You're trying to make this so it works out as best as possible and you can get along with this energy as best as possible, which is fine, but still, you don't want somebody else regulating your possibilities, and you need to realize that's what's going to happen if you let this keep going forward the way it's going. You decide for yourself if this fits and what you're going to do with it, but again, I've never met one Leo that has ever been like, oh, somebody else making decisions for me? Oh, that's cool. Never seen a Leo like that. I just really haven't. So, if I'm wrong, let me know. Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.